Yeah.
That's good. So do you do planning? You do planning, Danai?
We do. Anybody that knows Dale knows he's like very much a manager and everything. And so we definitely make sure that every year that we do go through our processes and just see what's working, what's not, something I would change. I personally, I like planning, but I do it in a different way. And so I think it's important for everybody to find out what planning strategy works best for them and how to tailor that to their business.
It sounds great. Brandon, what about you?
Well, before we get started, one thing I want to say is, because I'm looking at the body language around here, and I see some people are kind of in food coma a little bit because we just ate. If everybody, do me a favor, if you'd stand up really quick. Stand up. Adjust your underwear if you have to. I know we've been sitting for a long time. Okay, raise your hand as high as you can. Now raise it just a little bit higher. All right, be seated. So what just happened there? I asked you to raise your hand as high as you possibly could, right? And then what? You raised it a little bit higher. So I think, ultimately, when it comes to change and in this real estate business, is that regardless of where you are in your career, you can always get a little bit better. And I think that's an underlying theme that I've tried to, kind of embed in my team. And one of the things for us is, we compete with ourselves. Every night when I go home, I say to myself, did I work as hard as I can? Did I give it 100%? And in this business, we see a lot of change. And change hurts sometimes. I mean, think about the body when you build muscle. You go, you work out, it breaks muscle down to rebuild it, correct? That's kind of what happens in our business. The last couple years, some of us have been broken down because of the market that we've gone through. And you have to rebuild it. But at the same time, just like when you're exercising and you're building muscle, you do the same exercises over and over again, what happens? You become complacent and you stop building muscle. So ultimately, I think that this market and our business changes rapidly, and you have to stay ahead of it, and you have to be in tune to it because that's what the consumer wants. It's an ever-changing, ever-adapting market, and you have to plan for that. You have to take days where you turn the phone off, and a lot of her presentation this morning hit home for me in so many different ways. You've got to turn the phone off. You've got to not answer the emails, and you've got to plan for the future because it changes so rapidly.